So I was digging through some old PS1 games the other day, and I found a fighting game that was like really strange, right? So like, in the PS1 era, I feel like that was like kind of the golden age for a lot of the 2D fighters that we really like, a lot of the good King of the Fighters games, a lot of the earlier like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and, the Capcom versus X-Men and all sorts of stuff like that. A lot of the 2D fighters. And then when it comes to 3D fighters, you kind of think of like the major ones like Tekken, and it's like Tekken 3. And anyway, I found a weird fighting game that I remember renting a long time ago, like middle school, called Evil Zone. And it got me thinking, like, there's a couple of really weird 3D fighters. So today I wanted to kind of play 3 of these weird ass games with you guys, just to kind of like check them out, show them to you. I'm not going to go like super deep in detail. But these are kind of strange, and some of them have like weird modes that like aren't really fighting game modes. But let's just start off with Evil Zone. So like I said, I wanted to kick this off with Evil Zone. Evil Zone, it has a interesting plot. A lot of fighting games don't have plots, or don't have plots that really matter. But I'll let this one kind of do the talking, because it is very, very intense.
The danger is not over. Ehrgeiz must be destroyed before she emerges from Evil Zone. To do this, I, Preseru, called upon mighty warriors from other worlds. A tournament is held to select the strongest warrior to face Ehrgeiz.
But then after that, it goes into like that classic 90s anime style cutscene, but it's wild because like in this world, all the characters are like very different. You know what I mean? It's like you got like the gothic crazy guy, the bounty hunter space knight, super Inframan, like a straight up wizard, just a business guy, just a business dude who makes pentagrams and shoots lasers. I mean, I don't know, man. It's the intro is really neat and it's really interesting, but it sets up this game to be like, hey, here's just like the weird Super Smash Brothers of weird ass people. The gameplay itself, though, is like kind of cool. I mean, so, like I was saying, the characters are varied and kind of wild. But I mean, like, you got this like crazy business guy who shoots lasers and things. But pretty much all the characters, you have, 3D movement. You have an attack that you can charge up, and then if you press different directional buttons or combos with that attack button, essentially you can do your different moves. Other than that, it's mainly like guard and attack. It's pretty simple. You can hold the attack button to charge up and get like new abilities, like new, kind of like your like power gauge, I guess you'd call it. But I mean, it's what you think. It's nothing too crazy. What it reminds me of is Battle Arena Toshinden. That should have been in this video. I don't have that in this video, spoiler, but I should put that in a future video. But it reminds me of that. It's like a virtual fighter with weapons for some characters, and I don't know. It's cool though. This is actually a pretty cool game. As far as this list is concerned, what I'm going to be showing you today, this one's pretty cool, which is why I bought it. It's a game that I rented a long time ago. I rented it like from, Blockbuster or wherever, and I just remember like playing the hell out of it like that night and with my friends and like really enjoying it, and then forgetting all about it, and then like remembering about it and having a friend get a good decent copy for me while at a convention. So shout out to them for helping me find this thing from my past. But yeah, like I said, it's a neat game. There's probably like way more mechanically going on than I'm going to cover in this video. But like as far as like a PS1 3D fighter that's pretty cool, kind of anime-esque, and a lot of wild, varied characters, I mean, you really can't go wrong with Evil Zone. It's pretty cool. So the next one I want to talk about is it's a game that you probably have seen, maybe not have played, but it's called Ehrgeiz, or like God Save the Ring, or God Bless the Ring, God Save the Queen. 99% of people who played this game are going to be like, oh, that's that weird fighting game where you can play as Cloud and Sephiroth and Tifa. And that's all you know about it. But this game has some oddities to it, we'll say. And I don't know, man. Let's just let me just show you. So this game is definitely made by Square Enix. You can tell by, well, the cutscenes. But man, I'll tell you, like I said, this is a game that you know not because of any character in it. You know this as the fighting game with Cloud and Sephiroth and Tifa. So there's a bunch of different modes in this game I want to go over. But I mean, like, the intro cutscene, though, is just kind of wild. Like, it has, like, freaking missile launcher leg guy. Has, like, some old martial arts master who gets young. And, like, it's just... It makes itself seem really, really cool. And I'm not gonna lie. This game actually is pretty cool. But not for the reasons you think. Let's jump right into the fact that you can play as Sephiroth. And you can use his giant Masamune sword and, you know, have unlimited range and pretty much whoop a bunch of ass. Or, and I will hazard to say this is even cooler, you can have that sword sheathed and then Sephiroth is just throwing hands. I mean, like, throwing fists. You're gonna catch a problem, and it's, you know, it's not gonna be him summoning the black materia. It's gonna be him axe kicking the back of your head. But I mean, beyond that, like Cloud as well. I mean, you know, he can punch and kick and you know, really kind of lay down the fist on people, or he can like pull out his giant Buster Sword, which gives him so much range. It's unfair. Like I've been playing this and like I've got like multiple like perfect wins, and not because like I changed the difficulty or I'm particularly good, but it's just the fact that the Buster Sword keeps me so far away from these like regular ass humans that like they can't do anything. It's kind of crazy. But this aside, we have to talk about the other game type modes. So there's like mini games, and I'm only going to show a couple of them, but like the beach mode is kind of crazy. It's literally like you have these fun beach games where it's like, oh, you got to run across the sand, or maybe like jump over hurdles or grab a flag, but they're all pretty much the same. It's like you press one button to run and one button to do something, be that hurdling or capturing the flag or whatever. But yeah, it's like a weird inclusion, but you know, it's very Square, very Square Enix kind of thing to do. One of the other mini games, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like really try too hard to figure it out, but I also didn't like it, and you know, I didn't do it for very long. It's like this weird run around and like take over squares, but for some reason there's only 2 buttons, and for some reason, like, I don't know what the exclamation mark that Sephiroth keeps pulling up is, but I'm doing something horribly wrong. Once again, this is like literally me turning this on, trying it, and being like, this is lame, and turning it off. But then there's the Forsaken Dungeon, the brand new quest, and this is like so weird. It's such a weird inclusion. You are like the professor and you have your friend, you're in this dungeon, and then like you black out. Then you wake up and you're in a hotel and they're all like, hey, you know, welcome to town. Here's a sword and shield. Figure your shit out. And I'm not going to lie, I ran straight back to the dungeon. There's like a huge town with a lot of places to go. But long story short, you go back to the dungeon and it is a 3D isometric action RPG, ARPG. And you get weapons and items and potions and magic as you go down this dungeon. And like, I don't know, man, like I was just planning on recording like 1 minute of footage just for the sake of like, yep, there's a weird ass RPG built into this fighting game. But honestly, like this is way more fun than the fighting game. Like I was playing this for way longer than I should have. Way longer than I should have. And like the weapons are cool, and I was just like, I don't know, I was really having a good time. I was having like way good a time. This game is freaking weird, man. You know, Ehrgeiz, whatever you want to call it, it's not that expensive of a game, honestly, or at least It wasn't when I got it. God knows now. I'm not even gonna look it up. But like when I got this game, it was like that game that like no one really wanted. So it was like $10 or some crap. So I don't know. Maybe it went up just with age or like just the weird nostalgic factor of a fighting game with some Final Fantasy VII characters in it. But honestly, like screw that, man. If you find a copy of this game for cheap, get it and play this. Like play this thing. Play this friggin' Battle Wizard Challenge because this is like really, really fun. It's like really fast paced. It's like an action RPG, but it's also like a beat 'em up. I think that's why I like it because it feels really beat 'em up esque. Now, the last one here is another Square fighting game, which is weird, right? Just to begin with. But it's like it has all the stuff that Ehrgeiz has, but worse. But also, all the art was done by Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball fame. I don't know, man. This is another strange one. So let's check out Tobal No. 1. So here's Tobal No. 1. Like I said, this game, you probably bought it for one of two reasons. One, you saw the Akira Toriyama art. Or two, you wanted to play the Final Fantasy VIII demo that came with it. Because that was, back then, that was a selling point. It was like, hey, this game comes with a demo for a better game that you're more excited about. But also, you should check it out. And I'll tell you what, this game, not fun. It's not good. It's like a really bog standard kind of fighting game kind of thing. And I tried a couple characters. Like I played as, the main kind of guy, the Goku of this game or whatever, Ryu, if we're just accounting, Street Fighter. But like, it's not that great. Didn't have that good a time. I tried playing as like this devil character because I wanted to just kind of get some more, Dragon Ball art. And, they don't translate to blocks very well. But there's another mode, just like everything. And it's like this adventure quest mode thing. And I'll tell you what, it's way worse than the other one. There's a bunch of notes on the wall, which is kind of fun. It tells you, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you turn. This is how you run. This is how you jump over holes. This is how you fight things. You pick up food and can eat it. You can throw the food. You can get the potions. You play as characters from the game, I guess. It controls all right. It doesn't control all right. That's a lie. You can run forward. Turning is very kind of hard. It's easier to stop and turn, but this is kind of like before the dual analog stick kind of thing, or a good camera mode to really kind of help out with that process. But I beat the first training level after falling in a hole like 30 times. And you know what? At the very end, you get to fight the Rat Man. And I tell you, he wasn't very strong, the Mad Mouse, but I was playing as this robot and I just kind of stomped him. But this mode isn't cool like the other one. So, and then the fighting in the fighting game isn't that cool like it is in the other one. This game's a total skip. It's a cool for like collecting reasons maybe, but for me, this is not something I would actively look out for. I remember this game being incredibly cheap, and now after replaying it years later, I can see why. So those are a couple of just weird offshoot PS1 fighting games of the 3D variety. I have some other weird fighting games that I can show you guys. One of them is actually pretty rare and expensive, but way cooler. Like, I hesitated to put more games in this video because like the other games I was thinking about putting in here are actually like pretty good. I'm not saying these are horrible, but the ones that I was gonna optionally put in are like way better. So I don't know if you guys like more weird videos from going over some of my older games, let me know, because I have like obviously a huge collection of old games and I'm always talking about new stuff, but yeah, what do you think about these three fighting games? Also tell me some weird 3D PS1 era, it didn't have to be all the PS1, Dreamcast, whatever, era video games that maybe you liked or disliked, because if I have them, maybe I'll put them on a video, or if not, maybe I'll check them out. And hey, that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. That'd be very awesome. But as always, my friends, take it easy.